Okay.
I only saw 2 bits of movement there, but whatever.
So, after you finished up your discussion with Callan, having not much else to do, well, okay, you've got a week before the next thing comes around.
What does that mean?
So we have downtime.
How would you like to spend a week of downtime?
Wait, where did this week come from? What is this number? Why do we think we have a week?
I'm telling you, you have a week.
I know you're telling us that. But why would we think we had a week though?
How would you like to spend the downtime before your next assignment? Assuming you have at least a week.
We don't have other leads.
You have
know,
nothing
but-
else to go off of.
Shouldn't the first thing we do is finally go talk to the council again about everything that? Have we talked to them about what happened in there yet?
No. I mean, you reported it. You reported it to guards, who I'm sure would have passed along that information.
Right.
If you wanted to go talk to them specifically yourselves, then that would be a way to spend some of your week.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Is I thought we should talk to them, and then, if they say they need some time to put some shit together, and that'll take them a week, that would make sense. But I don't think all of a sudden we would just decide, oh, we did that, guess we have a week off. Like, I know as a DM you're telling us we got a week, but, like, in character, like, all of the...
Fair enough.
It doesn't really make sense for us to all of a sudden decide, okay, we're going to take a week off now. Like... So, yeah, if you want the council to tell us, okay, that's good, we need a week to put shit together, that makes sense. But we need to go talk to them first, I think. We told the guard because, something like this and all these injured people coming out of the building, they're going to want information as fast as they can get it, so...
Sure enough.
But
Fair
we
enough.
do need to talk to them ourselves.
So you head to the Citadel.
Unless either of my partners here would have an objection or wants to do something else more urgently than that.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing.
Nope.
Also, can you two set your portraits?
No.
No, on the bottom right, you change
Like
your character, like that.
In the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it changes what your actual icon is in the bottom. Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
Okay, yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
Because at the bottom right, all I see is names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have it on icons. Okay.
That's
I don't
fair.
have all icons on. It gets in the fucking way.
Anywho. You find Marcus first.
Which one is he?
He's the Dwarven Quartermaster. Head of the Forge.
Marcus of Steel, Master Smith.
There you go.
Sorry, method acting. I have to turn off my brain.
Sorry, meth acting. Wait, no, you don't snort meth. You
You
do.
smoke meth, right?
You do something with it that makes your teeth fall out. Anyway,
I'll look up how.
No, you don't have to look up how you do meth.
Let's just leave that alone for.
No, I'm so fucking curious now. Keep going. I'll understand this.
Greetings, Marcus.
I see you three are back.
Yes, with some terrible discoveries to discuss with the council.
Do we need everybody?
We don't have enough to pinpoint someone to take down yet, but it's definitely... We discovered where a lot of the kidnapped people were being held. And...
Oh. That is actually pretty big.
Yes, it is.
We should probably get everybody together.
Probably, then. Yeah.
All right. You three head to the meeting chambers. I'll round up the others.
Right.
And he trots off.
So you can snort meth.
This is not the time.
The meth to my
Okay.
To the Citadel talking chamber. Away.
All right.
Meeting chamber, that's the word.
So, a familiar sight. The only thing really missing from this time in the central meeting chamber, as opposed to last time you're here, is the presence of Terry. The 4 members of the Metal Council are all in their seats and are awaiting your report.
Oh, wait.
Slimes are busting out of people's chests.
Hold on. Real quick. I only got the names of 3 of them written in my notes. I got Seraph, Marcus, and Jeremy. Who was the 4th?
The last one is Cassandra. Cassandra of Iron. She's basically head of the bureaucratic portion of the Sentry's operation.
Ew! No,
Politician and diplomat. Okay, cool.
Ew.
So then, now back in character. Yeah, exactly what Mira said.
Yeah, except probably not just jump straight into there.
Slime bursting out of people's chests?
To give it more detail, we discovered an old abandoned store, I believe, in the Mage's Reprieve that was marked with that same symbol that we've been seeing all over the walls. And upon going in and finding it was abandoned, we went into the basement, which actually contained a rather large, well, the only way I'd put it was dungeon. And there were people in cages, lots of people in lots of cages, and there were, like she said, slimes that were eating them from the inside out and bursting out. I'm not entirely sure if the slimes were the point or if they just got in there when the people that were kidnapping them left them behind. But either way is pretty terrifying.
This is quite troubling.
You forgot to mention the flying swords. I hate those things.
Well, the flying swords were not as big of a problem because that's not the only time we've encountered them, right? I think there must be someone in the city who just sells those.
I'd like to find this person.
There were
Give
flying...
a piece of my mind.
You found slimes and flying swords in this dungeon. Anything else?
Yes, there was. The more important one was... what was that creature's name?
Scott said it enough. It was a Nothic.
A Nothic. That's right. There was a Nothic in the...
FYI, the flying swords were not in that dungeon.
No, they weren't.
Alright, well then. See, I didn't remember. I was just playing off what Seamus said. I'd honestly forgotten.
No, I know.
Trust me, I remember where the fucking flying swords were.
Yeah, they were in the other place. But yeah, no, that even if they were, that's not the point. Yeah, it was the Nothic. The Nothic was the more concerning creature in there.
For once, Jeremy actually looks up from his pen and paper. Did you say a Nothic?
Indeed, I did.
That's rather concerning. Nothics are a veritable treasure trove of darker secrets. And they're not exactly native around here. Well...
Oh...
As
maybe.
in, someone brought it here, or someone summoned it here? When you say not native.
It would be difficult to say, though there are some... there have been some interesting cases, if my memory serves me correctly.
Freeze my hand.
Yes?
Okay, just to be clear, he's implying that it's an outsider, right? Or are we... It's just not from here.
It's
Well,
not
that was
from
what
here.
my question was.
Yeah, exactly. So, we don't know if it's an outsider?
If my memory serves, they're more likely to be found, at least in the Underdark.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
They're aberrations, at least, but...
Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
I was thinking like, oh shit, he's from the Shadow Realm.
That's the wrong game.
Yeah, I know. Who knows? There could be a Shadow Realm in this mythos.
Do you have anything else to report? Did you get anything from the Nothic?
Didn't we did, but we gave it to Callan, right?
The Nothic is who we had the journal?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we recovered another journal, similar to the one we found in the first location. Also, and just like that one, we've given it to a friend of ours, Callan, to translate it for us, because he seems like a trustworthy enough fellow. And the only one who seems to know the languages that it's written in.
And what languages were those?
Some of it was Undercommon, right? And what was the other language? Because there were two languages written in there, right? It was Undercommon.
There's really only one reason why you take it to a goblin to get translated.
Because it was.
I thought it was there was a goblin in it.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was the main parts were Undercommon and the notes were in Goblin, or was it the other? Okay. So there was either another Goblin or someone who speaks Goblin and Undercommon using this book beforehand.
There were quite a lot of goblins.
Right, but like, you know what I mean? None of them seemed rather intelligent enough to be that mastermind.
All right.
That's more what I was getting at.
And the people are already being tended to, yes?
Yes, we reported it to the guards. We got them out of the dungeon as quick as we could, reported it to the guards, got them to the help that they needed.
All right.
But, so I think that's all being taken care of.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else to add?
Well, there was one detail. Most of the people were being kept in one large cage, but there were a few that were being kept by themselves, isolated, although most of them had already been killed. The ones like that had already been killed by the slimes. So I don't know if that was the point. They were taken away to be slimed, quote unquote, or if there was another reason, but there was one among them who was in the independent cage that wasn't dead yet from a slime. So we might want to look at them just in case there either is a slime in them or something else.
Seraph pipes up. Well, we will be sure to get all of them to their families as best we can. Debrief and everything beforehand, of course, but we'll take care of it.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
For now, it seems like the three of you have been through quite a lot. Take some time to recuperate. We'll get in touch with you if anything else comes up. You three have done good work.
Of course the work is good. I'm the one that did it.
And if that is all, you three are free to go.
Thank you. I bow and I leave the room.
I eat.
I guess Seamus just kind of stands there awkwardly, though.
Well, I think we did establish at some point that he has a thing for Seraph. Standing there mouth agape wouldn't be too far-fetched of a reaction.
Elbows him a little bit. Seamus!
I'm not saying anything. I'm going off.
Going off where?
Whatever they're heading off to.
Oh, you're gonna follow them?
No, us. Like, as in us. Like, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's what he needs. He's just not saying anything in the room. I guess because he's afraid of embarrassing himself or something.
I'll, now you have some downtime.
Embarrassing myself.
Is
And
there
now you can
anything
admit
I
it.
can
That's
do
the first step for the fixing the problem.
with this downtime.
Go take in some fights in the gladiator arena. You could go see if Penn's got anything for y'all to do right now. Maybe.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I know. I had an idea. I thought I was gonna go down but I was gonna go down and get into a fight in the Coliseum. Y'all want to fucking bet on me or anything?
We could just go for a stroll and happen across someone being shaken down by some thugs and defend them from those thugs. That turns out those thugs are connected to a thieves guild, and we start a whole other side quest.
You know, that sounds like a lot of contrived plot development.
Well, good thing it's not this plot.
Anyway, there's a Coliseum down there, and I can fight people for money. I'm gonna go do that.
Well, you have fun with that. I think we learned our lesson last time, so I'm not going down, and I'm not betting on you again. At least not anytime soon.
Have it your way.
On the other hand, since you can admit it, Seamus, if you'd want, I can teach you the proper ways to act like a gentleman and not embarrass yourself in front of women who might have caught your fancy.
How about I teach you how to melt gold, starting with your face?
I know how to
I
melt
leave
gold.
these two to go strangle each other in a corner.
I know how to melt gold. How do you think I got this mask?
Are you gonna spend the whole week
Let me refresh
fighting
you.
in the arena?
Hopefully not.
I
But,
mean, you could go back every day.
I could. But do I want to? Not really. I'm gonna go one day and see how it plays out.
Look, if you want to melt my mask, you'll have to reach it first.
Mary, you actually do rather well. You end up earning 60 gold.
Oh,
I'm just gonna do that for right now.
okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
No, not even an attack roll. Just, yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll take some gold, thanks.
I learned my lesson.
But, pettiness aside, Seamus, for a moment, I am a diplomat and a bard, you know, a musician and a plucker of heartstrings. So, for real, if you need any kind of help in that regard, don't make it awkward to ask. What am I trying to say? It's not awkward to ask me for help. I would not think any lesser of you for it.
The day I come asking you for help or anything regarding your quote-unquote charisma is the day that I put my daughter out from smithing school into chef school.
I mean, it could be argued that an oven is just another kind of forge.
I'm not arguing with that on you.
Do either of you want to do anything this week?
Well, if Mira tells us that she won her first match, I'd probably
I
go.
do.
Alright, so then the second day, after one whole day of bickering with Seamus, I'd probably go watch Mira's match. Maybe do a small bet on her then.
Maybe bicker with this some more. What? You two seem to really enjoy doing that.
It is an opportunity to keep my wit sharp. I have to say, for what he lacks in charisma, he certainly makes up for it in spirit.
My spirit is a spirit that will pierce
won-
the heavens.
I won the first day, so I'm gonna go the second day.
All right.
10 gold on the dragon.
How much? money or healing potions. And holy water. I need to. Somebody find that.
Do we need holy
Items.
water?
We might.
I guess it's always nice to have. But if you're gonna go for that, you should also get some rope, a ladder.
I have a rope, a ladder,
Uh,
and a shovel.
you got an 11-foot pole.
You can use a ladder for that.
Ah. No, ladder is 10 foot though, isn't it?
Ah.
Or 11 feet because then it's like one extra square. No.
Unfortunately, magic items don't have listed prices.
Right. In 5th edition, you don't buy them per se. It's weird. Which
Holy
also
water should have a listed price, shouldn't it?
5th edition goes back to the earlier editions in that regard, in that it's up to the DM to hand things out when they expect it. There was a chart that says how many of each like tier of item you should have at different levels, but
Holy water is 25 gold apiece.
Okay.
money is more used for soft kinds of power, like in the earlier editions, like buying more manpower or investing in guilds or organizations or property.
Yeah.
Or bribes.
I'll tell you what.
Let me purchase magic. Should have played a caster. I should have played a caster.
Why? Then we'd have too many casters, not enough melee.
What if I was a melee caster?
What's the melee caster in this edition? Exactly.
Paladin.
Well. What do you want out of a magic item right now? Or is it just you want magic that bad? Just any kind of magic.
Ah!
Sorry.
Scott, stop messing with my sheet.
How much gold are you carrying on you right now?
503.
All of you. How much gold are you carrying?
I have what is it? Oh shoot, where's gold written? Oh, there we go. 466.
Like I was maybe like thinking like, hey, could I get a weak ass ion stone per chance?
And 9 silver.
Oh, I think I
have
also have 9 silver.
15 gold.
I don't know how
Do you
you have
have
15
nine
gold. You should definitely have more than 15 gold.
But did he have to dip? No, we always, if one of us has to leave, we stop the recordings. That's.
Perhaps I missed out on gold being added.
Did he spend any on any? No, because like we said, there's not.
Yeah, there's not
anything
much to spend on.
right now, at least.
Even and out, just give yourself 400. Because I don't want to go back and try to calculate how much you should have at this point compared to everybody else. And I'll tell you what, magic is prevalent enough in this city that you can definitely buy elixirs of health for, let's call it 50 gold a pop.
Ooh.
Callan especially would sell them. Since that's kind of his whole shtick, is he makes magic items.
I was reading. I was reading things. Can you repeat the part where you said what he creates?
He
Magic
he
items.
can make a lot of things.
Okay. It's just reading. Because I found poison and I'm like, ooh, I could use that. Like we could. Oh, I'll get some antitoxin.
All right.
Ah, shit. Antitoxin doesn't list. Hey, how much is antitoxin?
$1.
Hey, Scott, how much?
One
how
one
much is-
real world dollar.
I'm not gonna pay to win in this D&D game.
It's 50 gold.
50 gold for one antitoxin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy 2 of them.
For advantage against poison for 1 hour.
That is 12, not 2.
All right. So you make your purchases, you have your fun, right? You brood in the corner.
How much more money do I get if I go the second day?
If you go the second day,
You get your ass.
Oriet bet, and with Oriet betting on you,
I bet 10 gold.
Mira.
How much did I lose? Oh, okay.
You earn 65 for fighting.
What were the
Oriet
odds
for
on Mira?
Oriet for betting 10 on Mira. You double your investment.
All right.
All right. Well, we're on a roll. You know what's gonna happen the third day.
Yeah, the moon's gonna crash into the planet.
Of course. In that case, I don't think our money matters anymore. We eat shit this day.
You do indeed.
Oh.
Your performance wasn't as good. You earn 11 gold.
Oh, okay. At least I can't lose any.
It's about the performance, not just
Well,
about
you're
winning.
getting paid. You're getting some payout just for fighting.
Ah.
If Oriet betting, however,
What?
are you gonna go back and bet on the third day?
Well, you already told me that you won, like. So that's kind of unfair to say yes. So yeah, 10 gold again.
Well, no, because I didn't do as well on the third day.
Yeah, but you won the fight. Is that not what we're betting on? What are we betting on then? There's winning and winning while entertaining the crowd because yes, gladiators also win to entertain the crowd as opposed to just Fight Club, you know? But if the bet is which one will win, then
Or you lose your 10 gold.
this is an outrage. I want to speak to the manager.
I mean, you want me to go in again to see if you can get your 10 gold back?
No, I'm back to where I started. I just want to speak to the manager.
I'd like to point out that this man, anything he says does not have anything to do with what I will do in the ring. I got it. I'm just gonna go.
So you
Hey,
really
how
want
much
to do this?
How much is poison?
How much is poison? Oh my god. Or do you really want to speak to the manager of this fight club?
Is it a Fight Club or is it a gladiator arena?
I mean, it is a gladiator arena, but it might as well be a fight club. You're gonna have to be more specific on what kind of poison.
Yeah, you're right. What kind of poisons are there?
Let's
Wait, are
see.
they listed in the pH?
Well, you have. I see 2 actual poisons here. You've got basic poison and drow poison. There's also
Yeah,
a
okay.
potion of poison.
I know what drow poison does.
Basic poison's 100 gold. Drow's 200.
Spell casting services. I love how I have the book.
Alright, so you've...
A basic poison vial is 100 gold. Jeez.
Yeah, it's 100. So you find the guy in charge of this of the arena.
Describe him to me. Describe him to me before I
give-
talk to him.
Give me a not a sense motive. What is it? Shit. It's been too long. This is why we should
Insight?
insight. Yeah, give me an insight check. Ooh, he looks vaguely familiar, but you can't put a name to that face, especially since that face is behind a mask.
Vaguely familiar.
Ah, Oriet, how can I help you today? Enjoying the fights?
To some degree, forgive me. I must have hit my head or something. I can't recall where we've met before.
Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten your business partner.
It's been a long, little while. Lots of things have happened. I'm terribly sorry. I need you to refresh my mind.
Go ahead and give me another insight check. Oh, God.
He is not in a good spot right now.
You're starting to remember a little bit. The fact that he's got horns should definitely be a tip-off.
Is this a guy? Did he rip me off on something?
No,
I know.
he's
this
your
guy
business
is.
partner.
He's my. Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I mean, I left. I can't tell you.
You didn't answer my question. Are you enjoying the fights?
Yeah. Watching them, yes. I definitely have no desire to ever step in there, though.
That's fair. Especially with the big guy hanging around.
Yeah.
A large individual in gladiator attire wanders past. He's fighting next.
That is a rather... How does he even fit in the doors here?
He ducks. As with most doors.
Well, yes, there's the height, but he's so wide, too. Those muscles.
Sideways duck crab.
Oh,
Crab.
that would be quite the sight to see.
You know how to handle his girth.
Well, yeah,
Rather girthy fellow.
suffice to say, I seem to have had a misunderstanding about the way these fights work, though. I thought it's not just about, for the people that are betting, is it not just about who wins?
Of course it is. You bet on Miro, correct? She
Right.
lost. She still gets a little payment for fighting, of course, because risk of bodily harm and whatnot. But you bet 10 gold on a losing horse, and she lost.
I must have had my head hit harder than I thought it was. I maybe need to go see a medic about that. Dangerous work going on.
If you're that concerned about it, then I would suggest you do as well. I'd rather not see our partnership fall out so soon.
Yes, that would be regrettable if our partnership were to fall apart due to the not death but injuries to one of us. Is it coming back to me at all?
It is. You after finally getting a better look at his eyes, namely those bright yellow cat-like eyes, you finally realize that it's Penn. You're talking to Penn, man.
Ah, it's Penn. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, no, it's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. I get it now. Okay. Maybe it was something I drank. I need to lay off that, I guess.
Alcohol does
Well,
that.
huh?
I said alcohol does that.
Yes, it does, especially when you're not quite used to the more potent stuff. But, no. Alright, well, I must have just misseen something. Maybe it was the alcohol. I was not quite understanding what was happening. I probably shouldn't bet when I'm drunk. Probably shouldn't let me bet when I'm drunk, although then you might not make as much money, and that wouldn't be any kind of way to run a business, now would it?
No, not really.
Well, good profits to you, my friend. Good profits. I'll be seeing you later.
Oh, always.
So then I guess I leave the way Mira left. Then
Yep.
I dove out the window.
there is no window. We're underground.
Wow, why can't there be a window?
Because
Okay,
you're
there's a window.
underground.
You smack right into a dirt wall.
I have a shovel.
You start throwing dirt in the arena, they're gonna get very mad at you.
Seamus, did you have anything you wanted to do over the course of this week?
Not really. Not unless I spend some time with my daughter.
That you could do that? Absolutely.
Besides that, not really.
Alright.
Well,
Well,
talk to that illusion archmage again because they were hella fun.
No.
God. Anyway, a week passes, and early one morning, the three of you receive a knock on your door, or doors, assuming you're not all
Yeah.
sharing a room.
No, we're not that desperate for money
God,
anymore.
what?
No. Well, I mean, I would not mind sharing a room with one of my compatriots, but that one over there bugs me.
And he snores like a buzzsaw.
Yeah. Sounds like a horde of orcs on the march when he's snoring.
Anyway,
So, what's at the door?
all three of you receive a letter written in fancy gold-colored ink and sealed with a crest that you haven't seen before. It's not related to any one of the guilds that you know about.
It's not the guilds.
It's clearly some kind of personal family crest.
Oh, we're being summoned by a noble.
Each one reads identically. Dear Savior, thank you ever so much for rescuing my daughter from that vile circumstances that she was placed under.
Oh. Oops, we rescued a princess.
Not necessarily princess.
I
Could
would
just
like
be-
to formally invite you to join me at my mountainside villa for a feast in your honor.
Oh, I can't turn down a feast.
Dude, any other character of mine would be like, this is sus as shit. And Mira, I can't turn down a feast.
Well, Oriet is, in his studies, has become an expert in forgery. He could take a look to see if it is forged with his own forgery skill.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, that's fine. Absolutely.
Also, she doesn't like nobles.
Also, it would be an insight.
I can't.
Forgery is for making forgeries.
Yeah, but my skill in forgery should give me a little bit of help in deciding if something else is a forgery, right?
I'll let you roll insight at advantage with that logic.
Okay.
It's legit.
It's legit.
Yeah. Sign
It's from a real noble.
At the bottom, it's signed, sincerely, Oblin Rietz.
Rietz. Like R-I-E-T-S?
Rietz.
Ah, like the Ritz.
Yeah.
Open
Okay.
Rietz.
You're like, man, this could be a no way in hell. No way in hell some fucking forgery would use gold ink.
Well, the celebration isn't until later that night, so you have some time to prepare for it in any way you might see fit.
I'm ready at all times. However, Mira and Seamus, if you would like my help selecting some more appropriate attire.
I'm fine.
That is true. None of you technically wear armor, so opting to get some nice clothing for this wouldn't be out of the question.
My
Oh.
clothing is nice. I literally am wearing
The problem
fine
is
clothes. In fact, I even have a
finding-
fair set.
finding something that will fit me.
Oh,
Something I want to wear.
You've seen
But
Goliaths.
my scales are fine.
You've seen Goliaths, centaurs, orcs, halflings wandering this city.
Alright, never mind about the tailor part.
You would not have any trouble finding somebody to make something that fits you.
Fine then.
It's the
Problem
other
is-
part
the
that
challenge
is
is-
yeah.
Finding something that I want to put on. I barely want to wear the scraps I'm wearing right now.
Fair enough.
What if I could find you something that complemented your scale color? And something I assume has to be open and free-flowing, not something too tight on you because you don't want it to restrict your movement, I would assume.
Yes, and something that won't get damaged.
What do you mean damaged? Are you expecting a fight?
I always expect a fight.
Well, I can't... Barring magic items, I don't think I can find a piece of clothing that could be both formal and hard to damage.
Alright. If you must find something, a nice little hat would do fine. Like one way too small for my head.
A tiny hat.
Tiny hat.
That I don't think that's been in fashion here for a while. No, but then again, there's no reason we can't bring it back. What about you, Seamus? I know you said you don't want to accept my help, but the offer still stands.
I think I look good in what I have right now.
It's a rather garish shade of green.
So, it works. It's unique.
It is certainly unique. If that's the only vibe you want to give off, then it'll do.
I will give off any vibe I want. And the vibe I want to give off is unique. And if anyone has any trouble with it, well, they can just stare at me more if I'm so offensive.
Right. Well, if you're going to do that, can you, I don't know, stay a few steps away from me so that their eyes are not drawn to both of us with disgust?
Oh, no, my friend. We're going together. I must let everyone know that we're closely associated.
If you do anything to ruin my reputation at this feast, I will roll you down that mountain like a boulder.
Oh,
Right.
don't worry. Everything will be fine.
Right.
Mira, do you see what I have to deal with? Please, you can see I'm not the one that instigates.
I'm just waiting for my tiny hat.
All right, where would we go to find clothing? Is that in the foam?
No, that would definitely be in the green district.
In the green.
The more commercial.
To the green then, using one of the travel towers.
You take the Rock Ridge for a quick little hop over to the green district. And you are able to pretty successfully find a haberdashery. Or a hat shop, I guess, specifically.
Yes, we want a very tiny hat for my friend Mira here.
The woman running the counter says, a tiny hat?
Yes.
It has to be even. It has to be small, even for my friend Seamus's standards.
And your friend Seamus is...
I would only assume that he followed us because he has been following us around this whole time.
I mean, he
I
doesn't
just
have...
wanted to see what kind of ridiculous outfits you're gonna wear.
Ah,
I told you, my outfit is already basically nobleman's clothes. I don't need to change other than
dwarf.
get him clean.
Sure you
He's
don't.
actually walking around here like Dandelion from The Witcher.
Basically.
Mm.
That's how fine my
All right.
clothes are.
The woman at the counter waves you over, Seamus. Would you mind stepping over here real quick for me, please?
For what reason?
Well,
Was-
she requested a hat that would be small by even your standards, so I'm going to take some measurements. And she uncoils a tape measure right there in her hands.
I hate standing still. Alright, fine.
She just does a quick wrap around your head.
You're a wizard. How do you hate standing still with all that reading you have to do?
I
Are you just
think-
pacing the whole time?
I think it could make something work, though I don't know how
Easily.
well it will sit on your head.
We could attach it to a headband of some sort.
But then it would still have to be, like, big enough to fit around your head.
Right, but the headband would be big enough, but the hat would be attached to the headband. And the headband can be, colored like her scales.
But, okay, we'll figure something out. This is the most interesting request I've gotten in months. Yeah, I can work with this.
Make a hat, sew it to the headband. Put the headband on.
Do you want to describe what you want your hat to look like?
No.
Other than
I
very
think,
tiny?
I think I want to leave the type of hat up to the DM choice.
DM's choice. Okay.
The kind of hat. So it could be a beret, could be a top hat, could be a fucking dunce cap. Could be a fez. It could be a cowboy hat, but it has to be small.
She pokes her head back out from the back room and says, come back in a couple hours and I think I'll be done. Yeah?
Perfect.
In the meantime, Mira, please wear something other than rags to the party. We can find you something.
I found a picture of Mira.
I haven't
mean-
worn shoes my entire life, and I don't intend to start now.
What? I didn't say you had to wear shoes,
No, the hat
Oh.
needs to be smaller.
though. Shoes might be nice, but we'll work on one thing at a time. It's the rags. I mean, if we get really lucky, maybe we can find some tasteful clothing that's still that not. I don't know how to put it. You
It's-
barely
it's
wear the
more-
rag, huh?
It's really just straps of leather.
Only things that cover just the bare essentials to keep you decent, quote unquote,
Yeah.
and only then because you live in a society.
Yes.
There you go. That's a small hat.
I mean,
Wait,
even
no, here we go.
even that being said, you could go full on Outlander fashionable, where you don't really add more clothing, quote unquote. You just add more adornments.
Skulls.
Skulls, jewelry,
Yeah.
extra straps, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Extra straps.
Well,
Yes, I need extra straps.
to be fair,
Perfect.
okay. I suppose there's some charm in it, really playing up that, barbarian aspect. As long as you're not screaming and attacking the actual guests, I don't suppose there's too much harm in it.
When was the last thing I screamed and attacked?
Slime.
Yeah,
That you didn't think I would.
fair point. You're not that kind of barbarian, but I don't know. It's just I want to make a good impression, you know. And you two are my associates, and I've given up on Seamus at this point. But you know, you
It's like,
for the most
well,
part are
that's
reasonable.
well, that's going to be hard. Looks at shame.
I've since given up on you.
All you cared at one point. That's touching.
Anywho,
I.
you do
Oh.
your shopping only to return to the hat shop. Hattery? No.
Haberdashery.
Is it still a haberdashery, even though it's specifically hats?
Yeah, I don't know.
A hatter? I don't know. When
I'm
you-
actually sewing, dressmaking, and knitting, button ribbon zips, and it's also hats.
When you arrive, she's standing there at the counter waiting for you. And when you walk in, she picks up a small hat box from underneath the counter and places it on to the counter for you to take. It was trickier than I thought, but I think I've done some good work.
Right. Rico, which one fits best?
I don't know what hat it is yet, so I don't know.
When you open the hat box and take out the hat, it is indeed attached to a headband,
Yeah.
the same color as your scales, so it should blend in fine, unless somebody scrutinizes it a little hard.
Yeah.
But it is a black silk top hat with a little purple feather sticking out of one side.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
You said
Perfect.
top hat, and I was just like, nope, that's it. You can't beat
Wait,
you can't beat the image of a tiny top hat.
actually, question: does Mira have horns?
She has frills, I think.
Yes.
Never mind then. This was the best option anyway.
And with that, you head off to the Riettes' villa.